Yeah, nothing in regards to timeline. Like there is nothing imminent there, but it was a good feeling for us to see him around the room today. I mean, that's really what it's about. We haven't seen much of him lately, so it's nice to see him back skating with a small group of guys.
Do you have to kind of temper your own sort of, oh, he's an option at some point, you hope? Do you have to temper that? Or do you
No,
have to...
like I said, at this point, you know, it's just good to see him back again. That's the most important thing for him, and we're all hopeful that he continues to progress as we go here. But there is no timeline at all for anything like that.
The off ice is certainly the most important, mental health, everything
Yep.
that goes along with that scenario. I guess just what can you tell us about maybe where he is in that category?
Um, I don't know if I can really tell you anything about it, to be quite honest with you. He's doing what he has to do in order to get himself into a great spot, and that's all that we care about is him as a person first and foremost. So I can't give you really a lot as to how he's feeling or what he's going through.
Can you tell us anything about what he's been doing the last few weeks, if he's been here training in that regard?
He's skated on his own at times. It's not anything that's been a regular occurrence at all. But this was really the first time we've seen him around our team. So as I've said, it's a positive thing just being able to see him around the group again.
Understanding that it's all about what's best for Oliver, like is the hope that this becomes a daily thing, that he's kind of back around the group now, or is it too soon to say that?
It's too soon to say that, for sure. So we're still, it's a long ways for us still, yeah.
Totally trying to respect his privacy. I started asking him, but have you personally been keeping in contact with him?
That's the beauty of text messaging. It's one thing that you can do. So sometimes, I feel with the players, the way they communicate nowadays, that's typically the way you communicate with them. So it's not something that I've done every day, but we do stay in contact for sure.
Did you get a chance to say hi to him at the rink? Or
Absolutely, yeah.
how was that? Like, how did he sound? Or
Good, yeah. He sounded good for sure.
The other positive news is you've got Rooney and Peltier over there as well, and Solovyov. I think I'm getting that right. But
Yeah.
just the idea of getting some, I guess maybe the other guys who've been injured, getting them closer and closer. What can you tell us as far as an update with those two, Rooney and Peltier?
Yeah, again, it was a smaller group of guys that were going over, and Rooney and Pelche have been skating with Danielle. They've been skating with some of our skills guys. So they're back on the ice now, but they've got a long ways to go. This is all part of their return to play program. So there's a few months ahead of these guys. It's almost like a summer training camp while they rehab themselves. But I think for them and for us, we're fortunate that they're around our medical people and our strength conditioning coaches every day. So when they are ready to return to play, they're going to be in great shape.
Sloviov gets called up today. He played a couple of games earlier this year. What did you like from him in the little stint he had with the team, and what do you want to see from him this time?
Yeah, I think what we look for out of him when he gets himself into the lineup, the way we play in our own zone, size matters at times. And one thing that you see from him is a young man that's not afraid to get in front of pucks. He'll block them similar to what we see from Tanny a lot of times. For a young guy coming in, there's always energy and excitement around him. The push for him is to make sure that he's consistent with his play in regards to moving the puck quickly and keeping the game simple. And early on, like you saw from Connor and Marty, it's easy to bring the energy to the rink every day, and now it's a challenge to make sure it's consistent and happens all the time. And as he gets going, we're looking for him to be quick and be simple with his play.
Right. You delivered that message to guys lots, like you're going up to the NHL as the AHL head coach, but is it different? Like, this isn't a suspension or a short-term injury. Like, he has a chance to come up here and fill a spot. Is it different in that capacity?
Yeah, I guess it probably could be. I mean, we have other guys that are down there too. That Nick played well for us when he was here. It's all about opportunity and what you do with it. So he's going to get an opportunity to play at some point here. Now it's kind of up to him to seize it the way some of our other guys have, and that's the way you have to look at it. Nothing ever is given to you, but you certainly can go out there and take it and make it difficult on us to take him out of the lineup or to send him back down for sure.
I was listening to Pat's interview with Craig actually, and Craig said, like, look, I think this guy can play in the NHL. I just haven't seen it. What does he have to show you?
As I mentioned, like the pace of the game, it's different from the American League. The quality of people that you play against, of course, is different from the American League. Those are two of the big things. So we're looking for him to move the puck quick, to keep his game simple and be a hard defender. Really, that's what we're looking for out of him, and that's what he's capable of doing.
With Nikita no longer here, and it opens up an opportunity. Is that kind of the message that you deliver, whether it's to Dennis or Ilya or Jordan? Like, hey, there's a spot here to be won.
Yeah, it's not necessarily a message that we send to the players, individual players per se. It's almost that expectation is guys will raise their level because they know that opportunity is there now. So that's kind of the gist of it. Whether it's because of an injury that the door opens a little bit, or a trade like we just saw. The players are smart enough to recognize that there is potential there, so it's up to them as to how they handle that.
Can you get a bump? Maybe this is a bit of a stretch, but can this group get a bump about facing a teammate that was just traded? All of a sudden, he comes right back in here. Is there an extra bit of juice or a?
I don't know. It's an interesting storyline for sure that a guy just walks down the hall kind of thing. That doesn't happen very often, but I think it's more about how our team is playing right now than a trade that has just happened. I think our guys like where they're going right now as a team, and I think we're playing in the right direction, and we know that Vancouver is a team that's ahead of us and one that we have to work to close the gap against, so we're looking forward to that because of that reason.
Is he allowed to park in the usual lot tomorrow?
I would hope not. I would hope not.